I just realized I sat down to do this D&D review and I've got my D&D shirt on. That was complete happenstance. I promise I didn't mean to do that, but I'm glad I did. Hey YouTube, what's going on? I am AC, Adam Crohn. Thanks for tuning into my channel, coming in to hang out and visit with me. You guys tuned in to see me talk about this guy, the new NECA D&D Zarak Ultimates. This is a really cool character that dates back to the 1983 LJN line, which I loved. Speaking of, booyah! There's my vintage 83 figure. Love this guy. I'm gonna talk about him a little bit more in just a minute. But we're gonna get down and dirty with this. Look at this. Before we do, I'm gonna show you the box. Let's check it out. Look at that artwork for the Zarak character. He's like a curmudgeon of a troll guy. He deals in potions and under the table dirty work for all the bad people there. You got him on the side. That's the actual figure. You got your different poses you can put him in. I don't know why that trips me out. That makes me laugh. And then you got released along with him was Strongheart, which hopefully I'll get pretty soon and do another review for. He's one of my favorite characters of all time. You got a little bio here. Is it worth reading? Let's read it. Zarak is an assassin without honor or conscience. He would never hesitate to stab allies in the back if they came between him and the riches he covets. When faced with multiple foes, Zarak prefers to hurl daggers from a distance. What? When targeting a lone individual, especially someone he has been hired to kill, he prefers the up-close and personal garrote. I'm guessing that's his big sword or something, I don't know. So that he can hear the dying breath of his hapless prey. Includes sword, dagger, knife, potion bottle, grappling hook with rope, removable torso armor, and interchangeable heads and hands. He came with a bunch of hands. So yeah, you got another side shot of him. I like that. This is a great presentation, and of course, it opens in nice ultimate NECA fashion with another posed picture there. He's not in there because, what? Where'd my toy go? He's not in there because he's sitting right there, because I opened him up to look at him so I could review him. So let's get into that. Before we get there, if you guys want to see more of whatever I do, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/AdamCrohn, ADAMCROHN. That's me, where you can find all my behind the scenes tutorials, my podcast. I'm editing right now. I'm editing episode 100. 100 episodes of You Like Toys, where I talk to the Patreon community, answer all their questions. And actually for this 100th episode, I decided to interview my patrons. So I've got an entire roster list of people that I've sat with on Zoom calls and talked with who are on the Patreon. Some really special folks, some awesome folks, some good friends. So check that out, patreon.com/AdamCrohn, ADAMCROHN. And what else? I don't know. Let's get into it. What? Those guys are over there. Get some oats. All right, so here's the Zarak figure. How great does he look? It's pretty amazing. The detail on this guy is phenomenal. And when I say detail, I mean the textures on his parts that should be leather, his gloves, the leather pouches that he has, the paints, the wash. He's got a nice wash all over the red, all the red parts, the blue parts. There's a different texture to his hood. Even the face, which I know is in the shadows right now, has phenomenal detail to it, and you'll see it better when I put the the unhooded head on. As far as accessories that he comes with his sword that you can see here, and I'll take that out of his hand. I'm gonna leave it in this hand. I like it in that hand, but he's got plenty of other hands. He comes with 2 daggers that come out and he can hold. These pouches are amazing. They're nice and durable, but they're also on. Let's see if we can get him to hold this. There you go. So he can hold his little daggers there. Yeah. Another thing I like about his hands is that his fingers are very malleable. You can get back in your pouch. You can bend them without, they're still sturdy, tough rubber plastic, PVC plastic, but they bend without break. You don't have to worry about breaking them if you want to jam something in his hand. He has all kinds of pouches. Now this I really like. He comes with this grappling hook that can be, I had it wound up very nicely on his back. Let's see if I can do that again. Something like this. And it can just hang there as he's hanging out. But it comes off and he can actually climb just about anything. I'd say the line is about a foot long. Yeah. More than a foot, it's probably a foot and a half. The grappling hook itself is hard PVC plastic. ABS plastic. PVC is sort of like the softer of the two. This is ABS. So it could snap, you gotta be careful with it. But it's not fragile, it's pretty durable. The line is just regular, what do you call it's probably just yarn, I don't know. I could see it becoming unraveled if you play with it too much. He's got some really nice details all up on his shoes. Again, all the leather and pouches and stuff. Paint apps are great. They're minimal. He's got the red, the brown, the blue. Black, I think all the black is probably plastic, but it's red, brown, blue, the green, some shades on his eyes and stuff. As far as articulation, he's got what you call your ball joint head. It's a little stiff because of his collar, but his collar is totally loose. When you take the head off, you can take the collar off. He's got ball jointed shoulders with a swivel joint in there too. The coolest, something different that I haven't seen on these figures yet, I don't believe, is double jointed elbows. You can see the double joint in there. Even though he doesn't have tons of range of motion, that because he's stubby, he's a little stubby guy, having those double joints in there give him as much as you can possibly get, considering his design and build, which is awesome. His wrists are on a swivel and a peg, so they can rotate all the way around. It's pretty awesome. What else is happening in here? Got his legs are on ball joints, his hips. He has a waist swivel in there. It's still tight, you know, it's good rubbery goodness in here, and it's like very durable, but it leaves his joints a little bit tight, but that's okay because these are mostly gonna just stand in one position like a hero pose or something. Single jointed knees, and they're really tough joints, but they work, they're thick. I like that. There's not a lot of thread of them breaking. You got his foot here on a swivel hinge, and it can also rock side to side, which is great. The new age of joints. Let's get into his hands and head. So his hands, twist and pop don't hit the camera. Twist and pop very carefully. Also make sure when you're interchanging the hands that you don't like put your thumb on the daggers and press down or something. You don't want to snap those because they're pretty hard plastic. As far as hands go though, he's got the sword grabbing one, and this sword is amazing. Really cool sword. I want to leave it in his, I don't have to leave it in his hand. So that's a sword hand, grabber hand. This sword is really great. Look at that. The other one I took out was sort of like a 2-finger, I don't know, he could hold all kinds of stuff with that. One of the other accessories that I forgot was his bottle of juice that he has. It's a little potion, it's got a nice cork in the top. This can go into all of his hands, pretty much, except for the fists. Just kind of hold it. Look at that, hold it, pour some juice on someone, who knows what's in there. Looks like gummy berry juice, I think. That's probably what that is. He also comes with another one of those 2-fingered for the right. He comes with 2 open hands. I bet he could hold the potion in that hand. Nope. He could present it to someone, have some juice. And then my favorite of the bunch, is 2 fists, and I'll show you why. He's got 2 fists there. Let's get the head off. The head is also just a twist and pop. You can see the ball joint, neck joint there, and then the collar can come off. Boom. So I like to This is just a different look for him. Let's scoot all that stuff over there. I like to put this head on. And first of all, you can see, here you can see the detail that went into this head. Look at that, the scars. Really, really good shading on this head. And the other one is like that as well. It's just covered with the hood. In fact, it might be the exact same head. Both the eyes are kind of like, well, no, I think the one with the hood, his eyes look up a little more, so you can tilt it down and be like, that kind of thing. His teeth even have like a glisten to them. It's pretty awesome. Look at that, look at those ears. Man, those are some good ears. Whoever sculpted these did an amazing job. NECA's just on point with these guys. He's got warts, weird stuff. But again, the reason I love that head, match it with his fists, and you get almost an entirely new character who can, instead of like a potion dagger throwing guy, he could be like this weird little like D&D Popeye character that just like wants to brawl, like a brawler. Look at that. He's just like, I'm gonna mess you up. I don't need my daggers. I don't need my gummy berry juice. I just want to like punch the crap out of you. I think that's awesome. You know, you give him like this, like, hurrah, bend a knee. He comes flying at you, just like, do a power bomb. Look at that. So really awesome figure. There's a lot you can do with, and honestly, I don't know how I'm going to display him when it comes to either like this or the hooded way, the classic way, because I love this look with the fists. No collar in the hood. He kind of looks like a peasant. I definitely want to use the collar when I'm using the hood. So one other thing before I go. You bust out the 1983 LJN figure, and you look at the two of them side by side, and it's just such a like pleasing sight. I love that. I love how they, you know, the LJN figure's awesome. Definitely like less articulation, but more. This is 1983, so G.I. Joes, they had elbow joints and knee joints, and you know, all the swivel you get from an O-ring. So these guys don't have that much, but they have more than a Star Wars figure, which is 5 POA. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 POA. I love this line. It's great. The detail, the colors, the designs, it's amazing. And this guy, the new one here, when you look at the two together, it's a perfect, not only homage, but update, and they did it in such a classy and just amazing way when it comes to the detail, the design, the upgrade. I'll always love this little guy. He's great. But I'm really glad that NECA is doing these. I hope this line continues to grow. There's a lot of characters and figures that I'd love to see. Kellic, some of the maybe rubbery PVC creatures would be awesome. And I think first and foremost, the one that I really, really want to see out of all the D&D characters is Dekion, the skeleton warrior from the D&D cartoon. I would love to see him in this NECA Ultimates. So there's your Zarak. If there's something I didn't cover, I don't think there is, but if there is, leave it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know I forgot it. I answer all the questions in the comments, and I'd love to hear what you think of the figure, and if there's anything I forgot, I can address it. So I'm gonna pass it back to myself, AC. Take it away, go get some gummy berry juice. What? All right, so I hope you enjoyed the little dance-off we did with these guys. I really dig these guys. I mean, I love this guy. Had him when I was a kid and all that, but this is a really great, updated, definitely big update for this guy. Awesome. Sometimes an update on the figures, toys from the 80s, they don't go so well. Or it'll be a take on the character or the toy. This is the exact same toy, just bigger to me. It's awesome. I love this line. It's great. Kudos, NECA. Anyway, You want to find me on social media, it's Adam Crohn, my name, ADAMCROHN. I recently went through a sort of a branding shift where I'm still doing toys, obviously. I'm making toys and all that stuff, but I do a lot more. I draw, I podcast, and who does it? Adam Crohn does. So you can find me all over the place, Adam Crohn. You want to support this channel more? You can check out the Patreon, patreon.com/ADAMCROHN. Adam Crohn. You're gonna get tired of me saying that, I won't say it anymore. And speaking of, I wanna just thank my patrons very much. It's very flattering you all support my art, and it's an awesome community that I'm very lucky to have, and without you, I would not be able to do these videos. So, you guys are awesome. Look for your names at the end of the video. What else is there? Watch my videos, they're great. In the meantime, thank you for tuning in, I really appreciate it. Get some oats. Those guys over there. Let's do a nice D&D. Pow! Thumbs up. Look at that. It's a good thumb. Like that. Good. That's the thumb. I'm out of here. Sit, Muji, sit. Good dog. He would never hesitate to stab Al. He would never hesitate to stab Al.